Good afternoon, everyone. This is Meg at Chasing Retro. I hope all of you had a wonderful Christmas, and I also hope all of you have an awesome new year coming up in just a couple of days. I wanted to show you something today that I asked for Christmas from my husband. He asked what I wanted for Christmas, and of course, I could not give him a list of anything I wanted unless it included a junk journal from another maker. This journal was created by Jodie at Northern Country Creations. I'm going to link her channel. She has a YouTube channel as well as an Etsy shop, so I'll link that too. But she makes the most amazing journals, and one of the things I love about her work is that she's very conscious about things that are needing to be saved from being thrown in the trash. So everything that she uses in her journals are thrifted or found on the side of the road or bought used somehow. She does not purchase new materials to use, and I think that's really awesome. She included this bag, this adorable bag with this grouchy cat full of ephemera, so just extra little things that I can use to decorate. But this was a farm themed journal, and I know a lot of you are probably thinking, I didn't ever see you getting a farm themed journal, but the reason I got it is because one of my favorite books that my grandpa used to read to me was called A Day on the Farm, which is an old little golden book. You probably know what it is. But I do plan to make a journal out of that book at some point for myself. But when I saw this one, it just kind of had the same feel that one had, a very red, yellow, blue, and green color theme. And of course, the farm animals and lots of children in here. So she included this. She just kind of folded this and put it inside so I can use it as a tie, but it really doesn't need one. It lays beautifully. It's 4 signatures, and it is tied with this very thick, almost like the embroidery thread that you would use, like the old embroidery. I'm not sure if that's what it is or not. It might be a type of yarn. And then some eyelet, and she's done this little plate on the front. She sews such straight ovals, and I can't sew a circle or an oval shape to save my life, but this looks great. And then here is a picture right here, I think from a children's book, and then she overlaid it on top of this original Happy Day book, which I read these growing up too. So let me show it to you real quick. In the front, we have a library card pocket with this super cool crochet image of some pot holders or trivets, and then some really cool fabric that she's sewn on. She makes these swatch cards evidently, so that's really cool. She has one of those tiny, some of those tiny eyelets, which I've always wanted to get for myself, and this fun little tag. I love how this page harmonizes. Several children's books are in here, pages from them. This looks like yellow typewriter paper, which is super unique. Bulletin board, book page. You remember these handmade cards, or I guess not handmade, computerized cards that you could print from software? So she must have thrifted this and put this in here. I thought that was cool. And then this is really fun scrapbook paper, and then a farm image on the top. And then she has a fold out journaling spot here. This is from The Shy Little Kitten, which is a golden book. And a pocket with this really cool, unique image that she's sewn around. I love this pocket here. And we have a recipe, fabric tab. I think I have some yo-yos made out of that fabric. A little colt. And then this looks like a block print of the little red hen, maybe. And some register paper, and a really fun vegetable scrapbook page. Look at these beagles. My dad used to raise beagles, so that was pretty neat that was in here. A pocket that she just edged with either fabric or seam binding, I'm not sure. And these little, y'all remember these, the little bride and groom like index card file boxes. We had one when we got married. Of course, now everything's on computer, but back then it was a great way to keep track of who was coming. And then here is a beautiful image, probably, from a calendar. Look at that. And then here we have a journaling card with this adorable little lamb. I love the way she's sewn this. And it's multi-layered. There's a piece of cardstock here on the back. And then she's put this little tag and a bridge score. I think there's several sheets in here. And a fabric cluster. This looks like a Susan Branch sticker, maybe. I love this. And then she's got some Susan Branch. There's lots of these little note pages in here for different months that she's just kind of strewn throughout. And that's pretty neat. This looks like one of those scrapbooking frames, you know, that you punch out. But I love the 80s design on it. And this looks kind of like an 80s style recipe card. That's one of the reasons I like this journal. So many of the farm journals, not that I don't love the 40s and 50s, I do. But this one seemed to have more 80s ephemera in it, which is more, you know, my growing up years. So the books that I would have read about farms when I was growing up. This looks like a tie clip, doesn't it? I think it might be. In the barnyard and some vintage trim there. A fun fabric flip, and she's got paper down for you. This was just tucked in here. It's just a piece of seam binding, so I'll probably put that into a tag. I love this gingham paper. And then here's another journaling card like that other one, and some lemon note sheets. I love that she includes more than one, so you can kind of use them throughout. Jodie, it was the hardest thing to see this on my doorstep and then promptly give it to my husband to wrap and not look at it. I love the hidden paper clips. And then in the middle we have a greeting card and a pocket page. And then there's a hamburger, like a deli wrap here, and then some July journaling pages or notepad sheets. And then this really fun tag. So this is kind of like a Franken tag. She's got layers of different colors, and then she put a little girl on the top. I don't know what this is. It looks almost like a bag that rice would come in, like one of those little mixes that you would buy at a gift shop. Country Mouse and City Mouse. Coloring page. This little, oh, it's some Bible verses. I did not even turn that over. That's cool. And then a journaling spot on the front. Cute little, so another thing I liked about this journal is there are several Richard Scarry images in here, which I grew up with, and my children, oh my goodness, they loved Richard Scarry growing up. Of course, I was happy to accommodate that. This is a really old Marriott playing card from 1983. I say really old. It's not that old. And While You Were Out message pages from Ink Spot Printing in Minnesota. And I love this. Just sewn on the edge, little quilt triangles and a little quote from a cow. And here's an envelope made with, I believe this is the 365 Bedtime Tales, because I recently purchased this book on Thrift Books, and it looks familiar to me. And then here in this pocket, we have an index card and one of those little educational note sheets that a teacher would use to send home, maybe. This is wallpaper with pasta shapes on it, and this is really funny. My sister and I have this inside joke. She always says that I know all the names to all the pastas, and that's not true. But for a while, I did kind of geek out on them, so I thought this was really funny that this was in here. And I love this Garfield paper from 1978, which is the year I was born. And it kind of, like, you can go in here and cut this out if you wanted to use it. Some fabric ribbon. And this fun page from Lori Gardner. I've never heard of her, but it's very 90s country looking. I always forget about making this kind of pocket. I love that though, because it's so much more flexible than glued on both sides. This is like a blueprint page, which is super neat. More gingham and a fun little chicken image. And then a journaling card and some September pages. This is a fun pocket, is it not? And then we have this long journaling card that opens up like a greeting card almost. And she's got this fabric piece, looks like maybe a vintage sheet and a button. And clipped here we have another, oh, I didn't see this the other day. Look at that vintage playing card, so 80s. And that's interesting, it's very bohemian. I don't know how I skipped this the other day. I went through the day after Christmas and just went through it very slowly. This is super fun. It's like a tag flip, but it's images from Richard Scarry that were kind of already in a, you know, cut in little squares. And she just backed them with ledger. And then she attached them with a safety pin. So fun. And then here's a little die cut of a flower. Let me tuck one of these cards in here to hold it. I love this little tuck spot. And this looks like a railroad record, which I don't have any railroad ephemera like this. So I am super stoked about that. A file divider card and some November pages. Look at this cute little picture here. He's adorable. Oh, that's the back of the wallpaper, okay. And then this little journaling card with a little duck. Looks like from a reader. And strawberry recipe card. Y'all know I love strawberries. This feels like wallpaper. It might be. That is really fun wallpaper if that's what that is. It's very vinyl-y feeling. A little red hen. This must be the title page. And August sheets. Pom-pom trim. I love this. I just love the way this works together. And one of those very long paint chips from the thing that kind of folds out like a fan. Sherwin-Williams probably, yeah. And apple wallpaper. She has a lot of wallpaper to choose from. And this is a Franken tag rather. And I love the way she wrapped this name tag around it. And she used, looks like a scrapbooking frame as a pocket. This looks like my very first cat named Kelly, so I thought that was kind of neat. She was gray and white, long hair. I was 5 when I got her. And a recipe card, a note sheet, and a note sheet. And this looks like it's from a pattern book. I love this image. I love the colors in it. And then we have a piece of ephemera here from Powell's Candies. Expires in 1973. This is just a frame glued down. And then beautiful pasture image. Music sheet. My fave, Snoopy. Snoopy representing here. And then we have some more cards in this pocket. And there's the little girl is holding Kelly. That's going to be me because I had red hair. Well, I still do, but it's not that light. And holding her new little Kelly. So I just feel like for so many reasons, this journal was meant to be mine. I'm so excited to have it. Richard Scarry kitty cat. And another one of those cool frames. And a recipe card. And some more note sheets. Apple pie or peach. I'm going to say that's peach pie because it's my favorite. And then Snoopy again. Recipe card. More sheets. This is April. Pretty pink. There's the pie before it's cut. This is really neat. I don't know what it is, but it's super cool. And then a guest check. Little card, little punched card with lines and address pages. There's Huckle or Huckle's mother. Looks like Huckle Cat's mother maybe. Little mouse with the gingham dress on. See how everything just ties together so well. That is it. I am in love with this journal, Jodie. I am so excited to own a piece of your craftsmanship. I have a list of makers that I would like to own a journal from, and yours was on it, so I can check it off. Of course, I'm going to still favorite your shop and see what you create, because you make some really cool stuff. And so please head over to Jodie's channel and her Etsy shop and check it out. Thank you for watching this flip through today. I hope it gave you some fun, creative ideas. I know it inspired me, and I hope you guys have a lovely start to your week. See you soon. Bye.